Passage 3, page 153. Questions 5 and 6. Listen to a student, consulting a professor.
Okay, so what exactly did you need to see me about today?
I've been looking up information about the 3 different lakes you assigned to me, with an emphasis on how each lake was formed, and I'm just not sure if I'm approaching the assignment correctly.
I'm not sure I understand. Are you asking me if you should approach the assignment in terms of the formation of the 3 lakes?
Yes, that's sort of right. I guess I'm not clear on if you want me to present the different ways that the lakes formed, or you want something more.
Well, simply put, the answer is that I want more. I'd like you to do the research and determine what else you could discuss besides just presenting a demonstration on their formation.
I've already done a lot of research, and, I've noticed that each one of them has a claim to being the biggest lake in the world. I was considering discussing this and trying to provide examples of why each lake can be called the biggest lake.
Aha! You're already ahead of the bunch. That is what I was hoping you would expand upon in your presentation.
Great! And, since I've already looked so much of this material up, would you mind answering a few more questions before I write up the assignment?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
Well, Lake Baikal is the deepest, so it has the most water, and Lake Superior is the biggest if you measured it by surface area. But they're the biggest in these ways only if you don't count the Caspian Sea as a lake.
But do you know why you might not define the Caspian Sea as a lake?
Haha, I was getting to that. First of all, it's between Europe and Asia and borders a few different countries, including Russia. Scientists think that it used to be connected to the world's oceans, but it got cut off when the land was uplifted by movements of the Earth's plates. That's why you could say it isn't really a lake. It's not fresh water.
Exactly. It's the world's largest inland body of water, but it's salt water.
So I'm thinking I should find some visual diagrams of the formation of all the lakes. Maybe some aerial shots of the lakes, or even diagrams of their formation. I think they'll really drive the point home about how they all had different beginnings. Then, I was going to use a chart to write out the facts about their size and features.
This all sounds good, but don't forget that it is crucial for you to understand, in detail, the formation of each lake.
Oh, I know. I found out that Lake Baikal is in Russia, and it formed over a rift in the Earth's crust, where it cracked apart. That's why it's so deep. In fact, I read that it's so deep that you could fit all of the water from all 5 of the Great Lakes into it. And I also read that the original formation of Lakes Baikal and Superior was similar. A really long time ago, Lake Superior also formed out of a fault. But the big thing that made it the way it is now was glaciers. They, were sort of cutting out valleys, but I guess the glaciers were also pushing down the Earth's crust with their weight and leaving a dent that was filled with water. Anyway, glaciers carved out all of the lakes, but in the case of Lake Superior, there was already a sort of channel for the glaciers because of the original fault.
Look, I think you have a very good grasp of the assignment. Have you thought about how to introduce your presentation?
I was thinking of starting with something like, how can 3 different lakes all be the biggest in the world?
I like it. Okay, I think we're done here. You know what you're doing.